I still think it sets a lot of those false expectations because people think I've got a sold order and that means I have a car coming. I gave a guy $5,000, that means I have a car coming. Absolutely not. The two key words in this whole memo, within allocation. All right, you guys, welcome back to my Corvette channel. Thanks for taking the time to stop in and join us. I know a lot of you out there are big, long-time supporters of Corvette, and you're curious about this car in the marketplace. That's why you join us. Many of you are new to the marketplace, and you're like, hey, this Corvette thing is the real deal. Let me find out about it. So thank you for joining us on the channel. So we cover the marketplace. We share great customer experiences, my experiences. I've dedicated my car career for 25 years to you and this car, this Corvette. And as much fun as I have talking about the people and the product, sometimes, as we're going to do today, we have to have a very straightforward business conversation. There was a memo, you guys know, because my phone, email, and text were blowing up yesterday, a memo released from Chevrolet about the current status of 2021 Corvette ordering. And I don't expect you guys to understand this. I mean, you're the consumer. You like this car. I'm a Chevy dealership. You're in a position to buy the car. You want to order it and just let me know when the car's in. Should be that simple. Unfortunately, it's not. There's controls to allocation. I mean, if there was no allocation, we'd all be ordering a bazillion cars and nobody would get anything. So you have to set your parameters in that regard. And because of everything that's been going on since the launch of this car, all of us, including Chevrolet, and I get that. I mean, they didn't plan for this. We've not been able to deliver what we expected, and it creates that uneasiness for the new client that's just coming to the marketplace, walks on the lot and says, well, what do you mean these are all sold? What do you mean there's an allocation process? What do you mean there's a waiting period? What do you mean you don't know if I'm going to get my car? Let me read the memo. Let's dissect it because I know that Chevy chooses their words wisely, and we'll talk about it. So those of you in the marketplace that have an order, about to order, have some understanding of this, all right? This memo went out to all Chevrolet Corvette dealers, subject being the 2021 model year Corvette ordering. Due to the continued overwhelming response to the 2021 Corvette and to avoid false customer expectations, it will be necessary to suspend the ability to create a sold order beginning March 26th. This does not prevent you from processing existing sold orders within allocation, nor creating and processing a normal stock order. Unplanned downtime has impacted the overall 2021 model year Corvette production schedule. We are suspending sold order entries now in an effort to avoid canceling orders that will not be built within the current schedule and disappointing customers in the process. We anticipate that you'll be able to submit orders for 2022 Corvette in early July. Okay, what does all this mean? Entering a sold order allows us to enter an order in your name, your specifications. The inability to do that after today on March 26th, well, for starters, you couldn't enter a National Corvette Museum delivery. And in the event from today going forward to the end of 2021 model production, whenever that may be, you would not be price protected in the event that they raise the price one more time before 2022 start. I don't think you have to worry about that, although I do think there is going to be a price increase for 2022. So let's dissect this a little bit. I think it's contradictory when they talk about to avoid false customer expectations, when they talk about entering all these sold orders by today. And then in the second paragraph, we're cutting off sold orders so we don't have to cancel any orders. So are you assuming that every sold order that's entered today, and there'll be a rush to the gate, that they're going to build all those orders? Absolutely not. But we're at the end of this thing for 2021. Here's what's confusing too. When they talk about the ability to submit an order for the 2022 model year Corvette in early July, I know in their verbiage and their mindset, when they talk about submitting an order, I'm assuming, from my experience, that they're talking about an allocation release cycle in July. And I still anticipate that we'll have an earlier process to enter in those preliminary 1100 status orders sometime in early May. I mean, with the bash coming up at the National Corvette Museum at the end of April, I'm still expecting that they're going to make, as they usually do, a 2022 announcement. Some small changes, showing the new colors, giving us some more insight on production schedule because, as we talked about before, we had some good intel that the last build week for 2021 would be that last week of July 19, somewhere in that range. Based on this memo now, I don't think that's the case. I think we might be looking at just a small extension of 2021 production. I mean, right here, unplanned downtime has impacted the overall 21 model year for Corvette. Absolutely it has. About 3 weeks in February, a week in March. So maybe they're going to extend that just a little bit. But if they're, let's go back to this July thing. If they're releasing allocations in July for 2022, look for production to maybe start in late August, sometime in September. I think probably more September, but right now, this would be the perfect time, yes, to hold up my stupid I don't know cue card. As funny as that was, I'm worn out with it, and it's not funny anymore. It just isn't. But it is what it is, and that's why I wanted to have this very candid conversation with you guys and my perspective from my experience behind the scenes being involved with inventory management and ordering, so you have a better understanding of what this memo means. I still think it sets a lot of those false expectations because people think I've got a sold order and that means I have a car coming. I gave a guy $5,000, that means I have a car coming. Absolutely not. The two key words in this whole memo: within allocation. If a dealer has 10 allocations and he takes 15 orders, he set false expectations for those 5 people. So that's what you have to be aware of. There's going to be a rush to the gate on sold orders today, and those people are going to think, well, I made the cutoff. How come I'm not getting the car? Within allocation, what the dealer has earned. They need to communicate that to you, and they're not. They're probably not going to either. They're going to try to take you out of the marketplace. That's the retail game, unfortunately. A game that I don't want to play. I just want to do business, man. I don't need the practice. My enjoyment is sharing this experience with you guys. All the pre-orders I've done, have I taken a deposit from you guys? No. In the process, have I been taken advantage of? Someone will call, hey, thanks for spending those 2-3 hours with us, Rick, and showing us the colors. Well, you know, my local dealership stumbled and bumped his head, and he got an allocation, and I'm just going to order with him now. Even though he wouldn't spend that time with you, didn't have a car to show you, didn't know anything about the car, but now you do, and now you're going to order from him. Okay. It happens. I mean, that's retail. I mean, I get it, but I'd rather they didn't waste their time or mine. I'd rather concentrate my efforts on the people that truly are waiting in the wings. So many I've dealt with and talked with that I'm excited to do business with, and hearing your stories really inspires me and makes me understand why I've dedicated so much to this car. It does mean a lot. It is a special car, and it's more so than it ever has been. For the people that are watching right now, and you're still, I appreciate that you're watching and you've already gotten a C8, just kind of curious what's going on. It's like, hey, I got my car. Let's what's happening. Oh my gosh, you're still going through this crap? Yes, but you folks know what we're talking about and trying to get those people to where you are now. And that's enjoying this new high level, this incredible value, this mid-engine Corvette. I can't wait for that to happen. I thank you guys so very much for all the understanding and all the support. So yeah, there was a lot of uneasiness when this memo hit yesterday, and a lot can be construed from that depending on how you perceive it when you hear the words from Chevy. Again, within allocation, unplanned downtime. They've not said here when 2021 model year ends. That will be forthcoming. And as soon as I get that information, you know I'm going to share that with you guys. So again, we're setting expectations so you know what the heck is going on. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating for a salesman as myself to have a customer like you that has the ability to buy, to come in and say, I want to buy this car, and I got to tell you no. You're like, what? It's what it is right now, man. It's unfortunate. And I guess I'm worn out with it because we've been dealing with this before the car was launched, when the car was launched, the start again, stop again, the unknowns, shooting in the dark. But I think by us, at least for myself on this channel, sharing that with you, you have a better understanding on why we can't give you a good projection. It's never been like this. It's only because of what has happened in the past year and a half and is still continuing to happen that has just really kind of handcuffed us. Before I could order a car with you guys and I could tell you within 5 days when your car's coming. We're not in that environment yet. And I think we're about a year away before we are. I think we're about a year away before you see cars on a regular basis in stock. Now, granted, there's cars out there that are in stock. And if you want to spend 10, 20, 30 grand over sticker, that's your prerogative. Enjoy the car now. To some of you, it's worth that price. Maybe that's a conversation I got to have with you. I told you it's a very crazy, unsettled marketplace, but it's a very desired marketplace, and that's why this is important. So, yes, if you have a sold order already in the system, and I have within allocation, you're fine. A lot of people are freaking out. Hey, I thought you said I'm going in the April allocation block. They said if you don't have the orders in by the 26th, blah, blah, blah. Stop. Relax. I got this. Allow me to do my job for you guys. I'll communicate exactly what it is. Even though if it's not what you want to hear, it will be what it is. We anticipate there's going to be we know there's going to be an April allocation release. There should be a May allocation release. And now with this unplanned downtime, is there a June allocation release? We don't have those quantities. We don't have that distribution information. I don't think Chevy knows at this point, and I respect that. I just hope that as they're working hard behind the scenes to get everything in order, to build what they anticipated to build, it'll allow us to earn what we anticipated earning for you guys so we can all enjoy this car. Now, on a personal note, I know I'm all over the place on this thing, but this is such a exhausting conversation. I hope you guys made sense of all that. But on a personal note, yes, my car's built. You saw some goofy stuff that I'm putting on Instagram. Downloaded my app and tracking my car as of last night. The car was at a Flying J rest stop in Walton, Kentucky. So, yes, I'm one of those nutty Corvette people. I'm you. That's why I understand and relate so well to you guys. I'd be tracking a car. And let me just say this. Number one, I do feel just a little bit uncomfortable talking about my Corvette. This is a big deal to me. And do I feel guilty that I'm getting my car and I know that there's people that have pre-orders with me that ultimately won't get their car? Yeah, I do. But for personal reasons, number one, I didn't put myself in front of customers and others have. I had a 2020 order in, didn't get it, like many of you didn't. And I didn't order my 21 at the first allocation outset. I waited. But for me personally, and I'm not going to go into all that, but if I didn't do this right now for a number of reasons, I know I would have a huge regret. And I've already had enough regret in my life, and I don't want to have any more. I'm excited to achieve this goal. So I've gotten to here. I've got goals that are up here now. So how do we get there? Well, I'm going to do it with you guys, through you guys, and truly, because of you guys, I'm getting this car. So I can't thank you all enough for the understanding, the incredible support, the many of you that want to be here I'm trying to make it a small event, me picking up my car, my send-off Pat party on Sunday show. I'll give you the email for you to RSVP, so we'll talk more about that. I'm just touched and overwhelmed and just thrilled that you want to be here for that. And for those of you that can't, I get it, but we're going to share it right here on the channel. So thank you for that. So stay tuned for that. So my car's coming. It'll give me a chance to get a couple of things done and get ready for what is going to be April 17th here at the dealership. So it does feel weird, but dude, it feels good, man. I got to tell you, it does. I'm looking forward to sharing the perspective of Corvette ownership from a different perspective. I've always done it with you guys and basically my common sense and understanding of the market and you as a customer, but now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that with my personal ownership. And we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun. Oh, that's what I enjoy doing. So a very direct business conversation, some personal feedback and insight, and hoping that you... Just hoping you understand any of that stuff. We'll guide you through it. to make sure you're getting the right information, and so that we do have an opportunity to do business, because those mean so much to me. It really is exciting. We share a lot of your stories in our viewer mail segment, and it's amazing. The emotional connection to this car, I think, unlike any car in the world. So it is an honor to be a part of it. And it's a privilege to have you on my channel. So come back and see us and support us by subscribing to the channel, thumbs up the video like you guys do, but engaging by leaving comments down below. I love hearing from you. Other viewers love hearing from you, and I do appreciate that. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for Coffee with Conti.